So I wonder how to get rid of that. Anyway. Shut off. There we go. Sorry about that. And good morning. It is Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. You're here live with Morning Coffee with Brad. How's everybody doing this morning? Excited to have you with us. A little tired this morning. Just don't know how you're feeling. Some of you, sounds like you're actually going to get a couple more hours of sleep this morning. So I don't know if you looked out your back door or not, but visibility is low. What does that mean for you? That means that Huntington County School Corporation has issued a 2-hour delay today. So keep that in mind for your kiddos. They're going to get a late launch, and that may affect your morning as well. So while you're out and about making your morning commutes this morning, keep that in mind because it might slow you down a little bit. We do have a dense fog advisory in until 10 o'clock this morning. Keep that in mind as well. I think once the sun comes up, it's going to start to dissipate this anyway. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. So we're going to start out with some prayer like we always do. I'm probably going to figure out a way to get some sort of worship music in here today. So some of you saw my little rant yesterday. Some of the larger music corporations throttled our live stream back yesterday and muted about 2 minutes and 58 seconds total due to some copyright issues with some of the music. So I apologize for that if you're going back through there and looking at that. I do have some different options. Let me know what you think of that. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge for me to play any of it at this point, but that is okay. So going to hit a little bit of prayer this morning. We'll talk about our morning Bible verse, and then we will get started on the news. We already kind of hit that a little bit, but here we go. Thank you, Father, for this day. And I pray that we get through the fog and the 2-hour delay this morning. And anybody that has to deal with any of that with their job and anything like that, it just makes our day just easy, Lord. Just give us this day to be easy and glorify in your name. Amen. All right. So verse of the day today, we're looking at Ephesians 2:18. For through him we have both access by one Spirit to the Father. So the only way to heaven is through Jesus. So just keep that in mind. So we talked a little bit already. It is 6:03 this morning. We're looking at 63 degrees outside with fog. Sunrise, we're looking at 7:31 a.m. High of 79 today, low of 63. We do have a slight chance of a shower today. I don't see that bouncing through too hard. However, it could happen. Sunset's going to be 7:37 p.m. So that thing is still rocking earlier and earlier. So I think if I remember right, we got 7 days left, and I'm going to have to verify because I don't want to punch myself in the throat here. I think by October 1st, it's like 7:23. That didn't work. Bear with me. So October 1st, 7:23 is sunset. So over the next week, we're going to go from 7:31 to 7:23. We're going to lose another 8 minutes for our evening, and sunrise is going to lose 8 minutes. My math is way off. So we're going to go from 7:37 to 7:23. So that's 14 minutes at night, and we're going to lose 8 minutes in the morning. Sorry about that. It's early. I got my coffee. Do you have your coffee this morning? What are you drinking? So not a whole lot going in the news. Still waiting to hear back on an answer on the fall leaf pickup. We already have a good pile going on out by our road. How are your leaves doing? Have you started cleaning those up? had quite a few birds, up to 5 million, cross the United States last night, moving south. It's kind of weird, the migration pattern, how that actually happens at night. Does anybody else find that interesting? That they always talk about how these birds go south during the night. Hurricane Gabrielle is out in the Atlantic, still churning. Looking at Category 4. It's working its way north at this point, and then it's kicking back towards the east, and it's going to go up and head towards the UK. It'll be a lot more of a calm storm by the time it gets there. However, there's 2 invests, one to the south of Gabrielle and one just on her tail. The one on her tail, if I remember right, has 80% of a chance of becoming a hurricane, and the one to the south was like a 30% chance. So just keep that in mind for everybody on the East Coast. I don't foresee that coming to a whole lot of fruition. Some of the weather models do show a pretty strong storm coming up the East Coast of the United States. And I think it was looking at North Carolina on Friday. I'm going to have to go back and look at that. And we'll go over the weather models again. But that was only one weather model that I was looking at that showed that. So it is possible for something to make a landfall in the Carolinas. Hopefully that doesn't happen. If that does happen, and it's a destructive storm, I hope it's not. We'll probably run like a food drive or something like that to kind of help those folks out. So keep that in mind. As we get closer to later in the week, we'll talk about it some more. Looked like the Little River cleanup was a success yesterday. Kudos to you if you made it out on that. Medically wise, I could not. Plus, we were here. That started at 8:30. We were here till 9. So, couple good events coming up here after the start of October. We have the Mississinewa 1812 coming up. That's October 3rd through 5th. Keep in mind, that's going to be at a new location. Let's stand by. That's going to be at a new location, 1812 East Tulip Drive in Marion, Indiana. So if you've gone to the 1812 multiple times, you're probably going to be shocked because it's at a different location this time. For more information, visit Mississinewa1812.org. YMCA is going to be holding a fall festival coming up on October 18th. That's going to be from 11 to 2. Everything is free minus the food trucks. And then news-wise, looks like Tylenol was a big part of the news yesterday when the Trump administration was talking about don't give your children Tylenol. And pregnant moms, breastfeeding moms, don't give your children, don't take Tylenol. So kind of crazy to see that finally coming to fruition in such a heavily advertised drug that that can be dangerous. So keep that in mind. One thing that I'm going to go ahead and put down on our banner here, just so it keeps going through for you, is we will do that. We got a 2-hour delay today. I don't know if I can change the banner color. That would be cool, huh? Give me 1 second here. So if anybody can confirm, if you're over there in YouTube land, make sure that I have us set properly. I think we should be on the right YouTube channel today. Sorry about that yesterday. But once we were in there, it was a little too late. Well, I cannot change that. So we'll just have to leave that ticker down there for you today. Huntington County School Corporation is under a 2-hour delay today due to fog. Trying to see if we have anything else crazy going on the news other than what we've already talked about yesterday. I just don't want to beat things to death. So we did have a little bit of a solar storm yesterday. The BZ, which is the strength of the solar storm, did not get high enough to produce any northern lights that we were able to see. So bummer there. We do have some more chances coming up, so keep that in mind. Walk a Mile Wednesday this week is going to be in Markle. Are you going to be there? We're going to give it a shot. Kind of a boring news day, to be honest with you. So morning coffee with Brad is going to be just that. Probably morning coffee with Brad. Harvest season's coming right around the corner. It is starting any day now. It's a little moist for it today, but watch for the tractors and deer hunters. If you would like your morning forecast the night before, reach out to me. I can help you out with that. And Warren Street traffic is going to continue in a 2-way street. And we also talk about Oaktober for Huntington. There are some things coming up for Huntington. I don't know how much that I'm going to cover. We don't do Halloween at my house, but I will do my best to keep you informed of any events or anything like that may be part of the community. So that's everything that I'm looking at there. I'll try to keep you abreast of events, but I wouldn't expect us to participate. All right, we're gonna. Sorry, I am tired this morning. So we're gonna pop up one thing real quick, see if I can actually get this to do what I want it to. Hope you're having a good start to your morning. It is foggy out. So just working on popping something up that we can talk about here. Let's see if I can share it. Not going to plug it a whole lot. Just one thing that I wanted to show you guys. Here it comes. Ta-da! All right, so we're proud to announce that we partnered with Dubby Energy Drinks. So this can be your favorite energy drink. It doesn't cause any jitters or anything like that. Just go check out the website, and if you check it out, just click or just type in Storm Chaser, capital S, capital C, and that'll get you a discount at your shopping cart. So check that out. See if there's anything you'd like there. We'll talk more about that. I have some product coming, so we'll try that. And it looks like we got Sarah Jeffers over on the YouTube channel. So she's our first live stream commenter on YouTube. So that is so exciting. So I should be able to message just back to YouTube. So if you're on YouTube or Facebook, I will see where you're commenting from, and we can message directly to you that way, or I can just share it to everybody. So she says that she is my top YouTube fan. So if you're out there in the YouTube world and you're like, no, that's got to be me, well, you only have one chance to fix that. Go over to YouTube, like, share, and subscribe, and see if you can beat her out of that position. So, breaking news today is the dense fog. That is the biggest event that we have going on as of right now. We are under a 2-hour delay for Huntington County School Corporation. Dense fog advisory until 10 a.m. So, who's going to win on that one? Are we going to end up with a school closure? The only way I can tell you anything about that is let me go pull up our radar and on that today as well. So let's see. My goal is for this to not cause any problems. So we'll take this just down to 1. Give me 1 second as I set it up here. I think that this causes a lot less lag on the system. So hopefully this goes just as well. If it hasn't started glitching yet, it's not going to, which would be awesome. Not now. It's the wrong screen. Share screen. Radar scope. So under severe weather events that we're not able to travel for, we'll be able to come on here, go live, and share this radar with you. There's a lot of good things that I can do with this that I could not do with our other radar. So this is just going to give you a live view of our radar. We're going to pop this up. We're going to go over our options, what I can show you, and what I look at when I'm storm chasing. So without further ado, here we go. So what we can see on here is a lot of moisture in the air. This kind of comes through as what you would see as rain. It doesn't necessarily show the fog. We probably have some options that would. So that shows that we're kind of inundated in fog. We can look and see if there's any clouds out there. So guarantee we're not having big drops or any giant hail out there. If you see the pink, that's just like some interference in the system or whatnot, but we don't worry about that. So that's our radar scope that we can, that's radar scope is the program name. But if you kind of see this circle right here that goes around, oh my gosh, what did I do? This is the reach of our radar. So not only are we seeing the fog in this, but we're able to see our radar's vision. So sometimes you may hear me talk about I need to go check a different radar. So we're going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to show you that. So we have different radars here. You see all these different points. If they're red, that means I can't use them. If they're blue, I'm currently using them. This is the Kind radar down in Indianapolis. It kind of overlaps into our radar area. It is a much bigger radar dome. We can see down there towards showers down there. And then we saw that there were some up north in Michigan. Now, the cool thing about this, if we do get into some severe weather, I can pull open a secondary radar, pull us both into there, and we can get in here and we can look at velocity. So if you don't know how velocity works, we have the radar here in North Webster. That's the black dot in the middle. We have green going towards the radar, red going away from the radar in respect to the sweep. So if we see some weird things going on there, we'll definitely come in there and show that to you. Not seeing anything crazy across the United States, any warnings or alerts to come across and show you. Now, if it gets even crazier, we can go four ways here. So we have over here, we have our radar, we have our velocity. This is a hydrometer. It's going to show your hail and things like that. And this is Ecotops, which is going to show your cloud height. So to know what that's going to look like when we get to that point in life, so let's go down here to the Cincinnati area and see what this looks like down here. So we can definitely see they're inundated with some showers and storms. Sometimes we got to adjust our radar. Let's look at it from this direction. And this guy, we got some clouds hitting the 40,000 mark. And then if we look over here, some hail in there. But these are some things that we can talk about. That's hail or heavy rain. So just keep that in mind that these are some things we will go over as time progresses. Most of the time, you'll probably just see these two screens, or you may only see just one. But for understanding through you guys and whatnot. If you're wondering how far away a storm is, we can do that as well. And then if we need some direction on where front is or something like that, we can draw all over this thing. So we can give you a good little happy face this morning to start your day. And we got some fog in the area. So that is the scope of my radar scope. That is where I nerd out. And it looks like that radar was just good enough to not lag out my computer. So that makes me pretty happy. So as you see along the ticker across the bottom, Huntington County Schools, 2-hour delay today. We're at 63 degrees with fog. Sunrise is coming in an hour at 7:31. And we went over just a few cool things today. And we're going to pitch one more thing as well. Don't forget, guys, we have a phone for any news or anything like that you come across. Feel free to reach out. You can text us or anything like that. You can call us, but only please call us during an emergency. And that's just a request. So phone number for us is 0290-2516. That'll get you directly to us. Like I said, prefer text message, email, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, anything like that. So we can also pass that information along. So just keep that in mind. Tomorrow, we're looking at the weather's going to be a lot cooler tomorrow. High only around 70 with some showers in the area. So keep that in mind. Take an umbrella with you tomorrow. We'll go over that more here in a little bit. We talked about the Mississinawa 1812. So that's going to be in a new area. So let's go ahead and pop that up. I went to their at coming up weekend after next. So tab, new window. Show you exactly where this puppy's going to be, which I did hear that their new location is going to help with parking and everything like that. So Mississinawa 1812, I haven't been there since I was a kid. So if you've been there, let me know what you think, how everything looked for you and whatnot. I heard they had a lot of work to do with wetlands and things like that. So it's going to be exciting to see what exactly they have to offer. It looks like, from what I can tell, the maps are not updated. So what we'll try to do is get in there, do some street view, and we'll play around with it a little bit and see if we have any directions or signs or anything like that. once that pops up here. You having your morning coffee this morning? We're here, morning coffee with Brad. All right, here we go. Getting this popped up here for you. So we got the address up there for you to see. That is 1812 East Tulip Drive. I'm going to go over there and look at this with you here. So Grant County Highway Department and EMS is right over there. How hard is that going to be to get to? So let's take a peek. So it looks like it's right between Gas City and Marion. So if it was me getting there, from here, we'll probably just go south on 9. And then at the split here, goodness. All right, so I turn here at Meyer, come down 15, and then come down through here. And then you're going to have to take this road over here. Goodness, that's not a feasible route either. Take 15 down to 35, 35 back, and then come in down over here. So this is the location. I'm not sure which side of this they own. It could be this side, because I heard they had to do some wetlands work. So let's see if we do. Let's street view this puppy and see what's out here. So this street view is a couple years old. Looks like we got Low Bridge. From what I'm seeing on the map, looks like your 1812 is going to be back through there. I don't know why they have some of that shaded there. There's a sign back there of some sort. Sometimes they hide signs for some reason. You can't really tell what they say. But yeah, so looks like that's probably going to be the entrance right there for your 1812. All right, we're going to go ahead and work out on our break here at 6:30. Keep in mind we have dense fog advisory. Huntington County Schools are on a 2-hour delay today. So just keep that in mind as we get our day started, and we'll be back. Sorry, guys. Give me just a second here. My computer got technical there real quick. All right, we are back. Morning coffee with Brad. We're 6:32 this morning, 63 degrees with fog. We have a dense fog advisory until 10 a.m. this morning, and Huntington County School Corporation is under a 2-hour delay. Keep that in mind as you're getting your day started and getting your kiddos out the door. They're stuck with you for an extra couple hours this morning. I know some of you are so excited for that. So, looking over in the comments here, what does a 2-hour delay mean for your family? Does that change your work schedule? Does that change your day overall? Are you able to go back and take another nap? What does that look like when a 2-hour delay affects your family? We're homeschooled, so please let me know how that or what that does for you, because I have no clue. So we don't have 2-hour delays or school closings here. We just get back to work like our parents did. So except we don't have to walk uphill 40 miles each way uphill in a snowstorm just to get to school. Back when I was your age, I tell you. So we talked about a couple things already on the first half of the hour. We talked about it's going to be cooler tomorrow. So we're dealing with fog today. We got a chance of maybe getting hit by a shower or two a little later this afternoon. Tomorrow, we definitely have a higher chance of rain. But it's going to be cooler. So today we're looking at a high around 79 with a low of 63. Tomorrow we're only going to get up to 70 degrees. So we are in the fall roller coaster where we got the summer weather trying to fight. We got the winter weather trying to fight. We're in a clash like this for a while, and it's going to get kind of ugly. So typically in October is when we start to see our fall severe weather season. That's when we are typically active. Last couple months have been pretty bleh for us. So as a storm chaser, I got to tell you, I've been kind of disappointed this year as far as our weather goes. If you like a good storm, throw something over in the comments. Let us know what you think there. Couple cool things coming up. We got the fire. I'll be able to talk one of these days. We got the Pioneer Festival coming up this weekend. We got another busy weekend of events. What are you guys going to go out to? What are you guys going to go see? Let us know in the comments. Pioneer Festival, James Dean, and Ducktail Run is also going to be this weekend. So if you're going to choose to go both, guess what? They're both there 2 days. So Pioneer Festival is going to be 10 to 6 on Saturday, 10 to 5 on Sunday. And if you want to do the worship service, Jeff Diamond's going to be officiating that. And that's going to be, it's going to start at 9 o'clock on Sunday. Feel free to get out there and go support that. YMCA is going to have a fall festival coming up on October 18th. That's going to be from 11 a.m. to 2. And all is going to be free to the community minus the food trucks. So pay attention to that. Food's going to cost you some money. Go out, enjoy, have some lunch, take your kiddos out to the YMCA, have a really good time. Mississinawa 1812, we talked about that. That's going to be on the 3rd through the 5th of October. It's also going to be at a new location. We kind of covered that a little bit as well. If you'd like more information on that, go to Mississinawa1812.org. And I'm sure all the information's on there as far as costs, parking costs, and things like that. So what? I didn't mention that the first hour. So allergies, I don't know if you can hear it. I'm still inundated with allergies. My sinuses are plugged, and the air quality. So those are both going to really keep on kicking us here. So not a whole lot going on news-wise today. I'm just here to enjoy my morning and talk to all of you. So don't forget to like, follow, and share the live. Let's get the word out there that we are here. And shame on me for not doing that this morning. Didn't even share my own. So why don't I get off my keister and go do that real quick? I don't know if you followed I'm making my own self giggle here. So I was in the Marine Corps. I don't know if a lot of people know about that or anything, but I shared a picture of a second lieutenant corn maze. Where am I? Here we go. Cannot spell. There we go. I got it saved. Did you save it? Did you share it? All right. So this week is also a good week to check out Saturn. Speaking of space news a little bit ago, it is in opposition, so we should be able to see that really bright. It's going to be low to the horizon, I think, to the north. So keep that in mind if you go out with your telescope tonight. If we can get some clear weather, be able to go out and check that out. So Huntington County Schools, 2-hour delay today. That is the big part of the news with our fog this morning. We do have a dense fog advisory until 10 a.m. So who's going to win the battle on that one? So I have blown through all of my news today so far. We also talked about Dubby. We got a partnership with them. So feel free to go to Dubby.com, Dubby. Check out those energy drinks. And if there's something that floats your fancy, give it a shot. Use code StormChaser at checkout and get a good deal on that. And we are also going to try it. So we'll do a product reveal once we receive it. And we'll go over that with all of you as well. But I'm not here to inundate you with ads. So there's that. Just trying to see if we have any traffic issues out there currently. I'm not seeing anything, which is good. So just pay attention out there, folks. You may have some areas where you can't see that stoplight too well. And especially if you're going down through Division Street. So it looks like they did get some more paving done on that. We'll do another video on that probably later in the week if you guys are interested in that. But I did notice when we went to church, we kind of drove through that area. There are still stop signs that are missing or down. So keep that in mind if you're going through that area, that that's going to affect, if there's kids out at the bus stop or whatnot, or kids walking to college or the school or something like that. Just be careful and keep in mind that there's stop signs missing. You know where they're at. We've been here long enough. Go ahead and still stop and check anyway. The kiddos may think you're stopping when, gosh, I can only imagine that being the disaster it could be. So that road project's working its way to a close, hopefully. And then we have the Jefferson Street project. They're finishing up some of the underground stuff, and they're going to start paving and doing sidewalks and curbs here soon. So that's good news there as well. What do you have going on this morning? It's awful quiet in the comments this morning. And I know it's kind of like a weird day today because we're going to have a 2-hour delay. Let us know how that's going to affect your life. So far, a very uneventful Tuesday morning, other than the 2-hour delay. So we will take it. So if you want to know what's coming up on October 18th for the YMCA, they're going to be doing their fall festival. So it says everything is free, excluding food trucks. It's going to be at the Parkview Huntington Family YMCA Saturday, October 18th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. They're going to have healthy snacks, carnival games, food trucks, indoor inflatable obstacle courses, fall crafts, costume parade at noon for kids under 16, healthy trick-or-treat trail, and much more. Huntington Humane Society will be on site with puppies and kittens available for adoption. Stop by and meet and begin the process to adopt your next forever friend. Donate pet food for a chance to win a prize. So it's been a couple days since I have talked about the Huntington County Humane Society. So we can jump into that as well. So we're going to go ahead and play that here in a moment, but I'm going to pull up there, and just so we have and help them. And one thing that she says in this call that you're going to listen to was bleach, that they need bleach. So that really kind of threw me off there. I was like, what are you going to do with bleach? But then I was like, you know what? That actually makes a lot of sense. So we're going to pull up their, you'll be able to see that, and we'll go over the call that we had with Danielle, and you'll be able to hear that here. All right, here comes their website. So that is the Prevent a Litter program. If you look at that, it's huntingtonhumane.org. She's also going to give you a couple of phone numbers, and we'll go through that website with you as we go through this call. So here we go. All right, we are with Danielle here. Danielle here with the Huntington County Humane Shelter. They're going to talk about what they got going on in the program and the help that they need. So you can go ahead. The mic is yours.
We have the Prevent a Litter program, or PAL for short. PAL is a program that is designed to help people and encourage people to get their cats spayed and neutered. We offer for $30, people get spay or neuter and a rabies vaccine. And if you've checked your local vet yesterday or any times recently, it starts anywhere from $90 to $130 and goes up. PAL is open to anyone in Huntington County. There are no limitations on owned cats or feral cats or the cats that you feed out in the street, or my neighbor has a ton of cats that come into my yard. We do all of those. Both the city and the county do help subsidize. The city has generously given us $40,000, and that usually lasts us all year, but county is offering $20,000. And our county funding actually did run out in June because we had such a huge demand. And so now the shelter is subsidizing that out of their budget. And that has put quite a strain on it. Anybody who wishes to donate, we can always use financial donations to help with the costs of all the spay and neutering that we have to do at the shelter. That goes to help with extreme medical cases. The shelter is extremely low on the euthanasia rate. We absolutely do not like to do that, but sometimes it comes down to that we have to, because, an animal is so sick or not responding or is just not going to have the quality of life. But right now, our medical and our food budget's extremely strained because of all the extra cats that we've had. We currently are working with a local mobile home park in Roanoke. And I just went yesterday and trapped 10 more cats. So that's 18 that we've done. And we have one more mass trapping plan for that. PAL is just a great program. Available or link for the Prevent a Litter, which allows them to sign up. We have 4 different events available every other month, and then every month we have 3. We work with the Bluffton Animal Clinic, where people can self-transport their cats, do a self-schedule, spay or neuter. We have Humane Fort Wayne that we go to once a month, generally on the 3rd Monday of each month. We make sure transport is available for that. Then we have Pub Vet that comes every other month. We recently just did over 90 cats through PAL at this past Pub Vet Saturday, which was held out at the 4-H County Fairgrounds. And then we have 4 Directions, which is a mobile spay and neuter scooter that comes to us once a month. So we have a variety of options that we have available to people. And if people are wanting to help, they can donate to either the medical through the shelter website, or if they have donations they want to bring, bleach. Bleach is huge. We always need bleach. Laundry soap. Cat food is a great one. We're always needing cat food, cat litter, because not only do we give out to people who are in need, we also sponsor a couple of pet pantries locally. There's one in Roanoke, and then we have one other one. If people need assistance with that, they can call the shelter and get information on that. But since its inception, Cal has done over, I'm trying to find my numbers here. In 2023, in its inception, our first year, we did spayed or neutered 345 cats for just Huntington City. In 2024, we did over 377 cats. 2025 so far, just through 9/16 for both city and county, we have paid to have 625 cats altered. That is amazing. And this program is designed over 4 to 5 years. We will start to see the overall improvement and what's going to be done to decrease all this and the mass benefits. But we're starting to see small drops now. So over the total of since 2023, we have done over 1,347 cats total. And like I said, county funding did run out in June of 2025, but the shelter board graciously decided that it was to our benefit to continue offering to pay for these. And while not budgeted, we are footing the bill for the rest. And we are starting to see an impact, even though we expect it to be a full 4 to 5 years. But from 2024, if you take the numbers for 2024 compared to 2023, when we started the program, so 1 year into the program, we already had 31% less cats coming into our shelter from city limits. And I am pretty darn proud of that, because that is actually huge. In 2023, we took in from city 576 cats. In 2024, we were down to 396 cats. And our goal is to get that down to microscopic numbers. Because if you alter these cats, they're not out getting sick where we have to go pick them up. People are not having all these litters that are, running wild and getting into their neighbors' yards and just causing havoc. Wow. And then also in 2024 from 2023, we had 51% less animal control calls that resulted in cats being taken to the shelter. We had 17% less stray cats being brought in by the public, and 20% lower owner surrenders because they weren't having, kittens and, my cat's pregnant, I need to surrender it. So this is making a huge difference. And I wish I, could get to more people and say, yes, sign up your cats, get this done.
Yeah. Now, I know you guys did some work in our neighborhood last year with the spay and neuter program, prevent a litter program, I think. Yeah. And that was really awesome. And I've noticed a big difference in our neighborhood. So, that's a really good program. I didn't really know exactly what it was or what it was that existed. So I'm glad to know that you guys are doing such great work, and I know I appreciate it, and we appreciate it in the community as well. So hopefully this will help get out and get you guys a little bit more support, and we can all circle around you guys and help out a little bit.
That would be wonderful. And if you have a problem area or of a problem area, I welcome phone calls, because we do go out and we trap individual neighborhoods. I come out and set up traps. I watch the traps. We also work with people who just need, I need the traps, but I can do my own transporting. We do that. Or if you absolutely cannot get the cats, they're feral, they're wild, they just start cranky and don't like people. I can come out and set the trap, and get that cat taken care of, so it's not reproducing, it's not wreaking havoc. We have less sickness that way. We have less, poor kitties laying on the road. We just have an overall healthier community of animals. And that reduces the strain on the shelter. It reduces strain on individuals who are feeding cats, because that does get expensive, especially with the cost of everything going up. It's getting expensive for a lot of people. And so we are doing our best to reduce that and just make our population of cats healthier and reduce the ones that are coming into the shelter and the ones that need homes.
All right, fair enough. Well, I'm on the website right now, and I'm actually sharing that over our page. I'm going to assume that they're going to need to call the 260-356-0355 to get a hold of you.
Yes, or I have a cell phone number that they can use too.
Okay.
That is the 260-519-1984. People are more than welcome to call me, and we will get them scheduled.
Outstanding. All right. Well, I will continue to share this for a little bit. And like I said, we recorded this, so we'll be able to play it back throughout the day. And we appreciate you coming on, Danielle. And hopefully we can get you some support.
Wonderful. I appreciate the time and the availability to spread info to people who might not otherwise get it.
Of course. If you ever have any other notifications or anything like that you'd like to put out, please reach out. We'll get you on the page and get that taken care of for you guys.
Oh, I definitely will. Thank you so much.
All right. I appreciate you, and have a great rest of your day.
All right. You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. That was the call that we had last week with Danielle Bingham from the Huntington County Humane Society. They do have the Prevent a Litter program, so feel free to go on there, check that out, donate whatever you can to help out the humane shelter and all the processes that they have going on. So back to the news. 62 degrees. We lost a degree today. And we got some fog in the area. So I don't know how that's affected your life as of yet, but I can tell you that all the school kiddos are super excited for that 2-hour delay, and that they're going to be getting out to the bus stop a little later. The question comes, is the fog going to lift before they end up canceling school? So hopefully that's not the case, because I know you want your kids to go to school, and I do too. So the dense fog advisory is in effect until 10 a.m. We're looking at a balmy high of 79 degrees today, and if the fog tells you anything, it's going to be a humid one. So I don't mean to put that on you, but that's what we're looking at. Low tonight, 63 degrees. We are looking for a slight chance of a shower today. We're definitely going to get wet tomorrow. Without trying to speak out of turn too much here, we're probably looking at about an inch of rain this week. I know I was saying an inch and a half. We kind of got bummed out yesterday as high pressure pushed the rain a little out of our area. So that was kind of unfortunate, because we could have used it. Allergies and air quality is not all that great right now. I don't know if you can hear it. Face is not happy. So keep that in mind. We're definitely going to need some umbrellas tomorrow, as long as everything lines up as it should. So coming up to the top of the hour, Little River cleanup looks to have went really well yesterday. They've got some pictures on the Huntington County Facebook page. Check that out. That's pretty cool. This weekend, we got the Pioneer Festival. We went over that. James Dean and Ducktail Run is also going to be this weekend. And the Trump administration talked about Tylenol and how dangerous that is for babies and breastfeeding and taking while you're pregnant. So that has been a topic for quite a while. I'm glad that they came out and actually discussed that. So YMCA's got a fall festival coming up on October 18th. Mississinawa 1812 is going to be October 3rd through the 5th. If you want to get me anything for my birthday, you can give me tickets for Mississinawa 1812 on the 5th. That's my birthday. So we're looking at sunrise 7:31 coming up in a half an hour, and we're looking at a sunset of 7:37 p.m. We are going to lose yet again another 14 minutes until October 4th, when we get to 7:23 p.m. for our sunset. Man, where's this year gone? It's just crazy to think about. We're talking about October, and we're talking about fall and leaves changing. So we are coming up to peak fall foliage coming up here in a week and a half. for a lot of people, my trees, unfortunately, are late bloomers. So I'm probably going to be in December. Um, I got one tree that's just absolutely brilliantly green still. I got another tree that's almost naked. Let us know what you think about your trees. And also, we know that the leaf pickup schedule should be coming out soon. I'm waiting to hear back from the city on that, and we will get you that information as well. One thing I will mention. So a lot of new gutters, sidewalks, things like that. I need to do a little bit better with mine, but let's try to keep the leaves and debris out of our gutter systems so they continue to flow and so we don't get flooding. That would be fantastic. Good morning, Melinda. So that would be fantastic to keep that from becoming an issue. In my area, we just got new roads and curbs and sidewalks and things like that. Just keep them clean and free for the community to be able to use. That would be great. So we are going to hit our 7 o'clock break here in just a moment. Keep in mind, we got a dense fog advisory until 10 a.m. And we are on a 2-hour delay for Huntington County School Corporation. So we're going to take our quick break, and we'll be back here in just a couple minutes.
beyond all me. It breaks the chains and gives strength to the weak. When I am lost, you're there with me. Your grace alone can set me free. Your grace abounds, it knows no end. It covers me and is my defense. When I am weak, you're strong for me. Your grace alone can set me free. Your grace alone is good.
I did that. Oops.
Without your grace, there is no love. Wherever I go, you go with me.
All right, we are back. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Brad, September 23rd. It is a Tuesday. I got a little bit of royalty-free music for you this morning so we don't get punished. We don't like being punished. So, Huntington County Schools, 2-hour delay today, and don't forget about that. So how's that going to affect your life as you get your day started? We are sitting at 62 degrees with fog. Sunrise coming to 7:31 in 24 minutes. Looking at a high of 79 today. Are we getting glitchy again? Anyway, we're looking at a high of 79, low of 63. Slight chance of a rain shower this afternoon. Keep that in mind as you get your day started. We are foggy this morning, so keep that in mind as you are getting out and about. We have visibility down to about a quarter of a mile in some areas, so keep that in mind as you are out and about and if the kiddos start heading to the school bus. I don't think we've gone past a 2-hour delay yet. Let's take a look, see what the radar looks like, and if the fog's starting to dissipate. Not anything crazy. All right. So that was Your Grace Alone by Mercy Street, which is an up-and-coming band, so keep in mind for that. They're slight glitch. I hate that. But the cool thing about that is my mic and everything keeps moving. There we go. Maybe a little bit more. So that is royalty-free music, so I don't get bashed for that, which is going to be awesome. So not a whole lot going on in the news today, guys. So that's really good news for Huntington. We just talked about some events that are coming up. The Little River cleanup was yesterday. There was quite a few volunteers out there, so I was happy to see that. We talked about Hurricane Gabrielle. She's out in the Atlantic doing her turning thing. Category 4 heading north through the Atlantic. It's going to eventually turn completely east and head out towards the UK. It's going to hit a lot cooler weather. So now the important part about that is there are 2 other interest zones out there. One is now at an 80% chance of developing to at least a tropical storm, which we could see some action on that later this week, maybe around Friday. We were looking at some of the weather models for that. So what's coming up this weekend? I heard somebody just ask for that. Actually, it was nobody. It was just me. James Dean and Ducktail Run Festival is going to be this weekend down near Gas City in Fairmont. So keep that in mind. go look at the big water tower that has Garfield on it and get yourself a turkey leg. Enjoy that. But then you can come home and also enjoy the Pioneer Festival. That's going to be Saturday at Hyers Park from 10 to 6. Sunday from 10 to 5. But don't forget, there's going to be a worship service at 9 a.m. That's going to be officiated by Jeff Diamond, says the word on the street. Our government had a good conversation yesterday about some Tylenol and how it affects pregnant mothers, nursing mothers, and babies. So don't give your babies Tylenol. Weird noise. Don't give your babies Tylenol, as it is not healthy for them. So big news of the day today, we're looking at a dense fog advisory until 10 a.m. We're currently 62 degrees with fog. Sunrise is coming at 7:31. What kind of questions do you guys have going on in your life this morning? How's that 2-hour delay going to affect your life? So do you have a babysitter backup for, you need to go to work and then getting the kids to the bus, or are you homeschooled like us and we're just going to have a normal day because my kids can't use the excuse like our parents did. They don't get to walk uphill both ways in the snow, 40 miles or whatever it was. Mississinawa 1812 coming up in 2 weekends, the weekend after next, October 3rd through the 5th. If you want to get me a birthday present, we can go hang out and go to that. That would be pretty cool. That's going to be at their new location at 1812 East Tulip Drive in Marion, Indiana. If you want to check out more about that, you can go to Mississinawa1812.org. Welcome to 2025. I'm going to go ahead and spell that Mississinnewa. Today we're looking at a slight chance of shower this afternoon, cooler tomorrow with showers. Tomorrow I'd recommend carrying a umbrella with you. So if you guys have seen any news in the area, please let us know what you've seen. I ran out of things to talk about. I feel like some of it we've beat like a dead horse. So winter weather's coming up pretty soon, and we did make a post on that was pretty cool. So if you have a guess on when it's going to snow first, go check out our page, find that post, and put your date on there. I think I chose October 26th. I did put one stipulation on there. It does not have to accumulate. We're just looking for our first flakes. When do you think those are going to be? You can put them in the comments here. I don't think we're doing a contest on that. Did I make a contest? I did not. Just having some fun on that. Something other cool today. Kat York, she won our last tornado challenge, and we are going to be going out and delivering that to her today. We're not going to embarrass her and put her on here if she doesn't want to. Just looking to see if there's any road issues out there or anything. Last but not least, let's check Google Maps. Sometimes it gets reported there. If it decides it wants to load. Everything is looking pretty green in our area. I'll take it. I know if you're heading towards Peru, there's some traffic on 24 there, and in the Fort Wayne area, looking at 69. If you are coming south on 69 and you want to get off on 30, that's not going to happen right now. They got that ramp closed, so keep that in mind. And so what you could do is you can take the second exit, go in there, make a U-turn, and head back that way. Looks like they're still doing some construction there. But 69 looks pretty clear. I'm not seeing any accidents. 469 looks good. So it looks like we're doing okay on our drive out and about. Looking at the Jefferson Street closure, it still does not give an ETA on when that's going to be open. So just keep in mind that road is still closed. I know they're making some good headway on getting that finished, and we're probably all a little too excited for when that's going to actually come to fruition there. So Allergies and air quality. So if you're an Allegra fan, make sure you get out that Allegra. The allergies are going to start to continue to increase as we get into the fall allergy season with ragweed and goldenrod and things like that. I'm already stuffy. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but then we're going to get also into air quality, which is not all that great. So today, I think, is the warmest day we're going to have in the next couple weeks. I can show you guys what some weather models are going to look like. We can nerd out together on that a little bit if you'd like. Get some other things out of the way here. Because I'll be honest. So let me get this pulled up. We'll go over the screen and we can kind of nerd out on that because this is going to be a wet week that we can all share. And I can also go over the storm that looked like it was going to come across and nail the East Coast in the Virginia area. So if you know anybody over Virginia, North Carolina. So if you know anybody out in that area, we can give them a premature heads up here. And I say premature because that's exactly what it is. It's way too early to tell what that's going to do. So here we go. We're going to get you over there. And we're some of this information. All right, that's what it looks like as of now. We're going to do a forecast loop. Anybody has the ability to come on here and learn a little bit about the weather and whatnot. So what we'll do is we will do a lower loop speed just so we can talk about it as it comes through. What you're going to look at, this is the date that it says it's valid for. Now you take the Zulu time and we're going to subtract 4 off that. So this is as of 8 a.m. Today, and this is for the GFS model. So we'll click play on that. And what it's going to do, it's going to jump every 3 hours, I think, on the GFS model. So the next would be 15, which is going to be 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. Sorry. Oh, and of course it's got to load. It did a big jump there. So let's see if we can manually do it. There we go. Snow back, big jumps. Why is it doing that? That's a model trend loop. We don't need that. We want the forecast loop. What are we doing? All right, well, we'll go ahead and zoom in a little bit here. I like to look at the big picture so I can see all the different movements and pieces that's causing our weather to do what it's doing. Looks like I'm going to apologize. My computer's not happy with what I'm trying to do here today. So if you have any questions on what we're going to be looking at with this, please let me know in the comments. I will try to pay attention to it and come back here occasionally. I'm just trying to get this load up the way I want it. There we go. This is where we wanted to be. So that's real time. What you're seeing up here is most likely not rain because that's showing what we're looking at here at the 8 o'clock hour. I'm going to say that that's more of the model picking up fog. So as we go through here, remember the Z time, just subtract 4, and that's going to give you what we're looking at real time. Once we hit daylight savings time, it'll be 5. So we'll subtract 5. So looking at about 8 o'clock tonight, we're going to have some showers and storms moving into the area. And then things kind of tend to die out a little bit, and we'll get those showers. And then as we get into our Wednesday, This model showing we're going to be dry through Thursday. That's another thing we wanted to see. Let's do this. National. I could do tropical, but this is a little bit more fun, so we'll just do it. All right, so here we are on Tuesday. Watch this area down here around Florida. Let it catch up a little bit here. So we got that low pressure just in southern Indiana starting to push through. See if it's still going to show it or not. I see it peaking. Here we are on Friday. Here comes that low pressure. It looks like it's going to stay a little farther out, so that's good. So we're out at Monday right now. We look over here off the west coast of Mexico. We got a nice big low pressure hanging out there. We got one out on the east coast as well. So definitely going to get inundated with a couple storms out there in the ocean, but it looks like the path has shifted. So yesterday that was right up against the coast. So thank God that that's going out the other direction. See if it's going to estimated to come any closer. It does not look like it. Thank God. All right, we'll take it, right? Let's keep those hurricanes and everything and whatnot out of range. I hate getting this far into the weather model just because it's always so inaccurate. But looks like we're going to have some things to watch down in Florida and off the East Coast again once we get into October. So one thing that I want to mention is the GFS. The farther that you get out, the bigger of a guess it is. So we try not to follow that more than a week for an idea of what the forecast is going to look like. So what I'm going to pull, this gives us more of a real-time look on exactly what should happen. I'll talk about that some more. So this model, once it loads here, is a short range model, which means that it doesn't go out as far. So that GFS goes out 372 hours, which is absolutely pointless. This goes out to the 48-hour mark, which gives us a better idea on exactly what we're looking at. So you can see this one is showing today at 3 a.m. And then we're going to jump up. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our 8 o'clock hour is looking pretty dry compared to this. And we'll just kind of punch through here, see what it's going to look like. If we're going to see those showers and storms pop up in this today, typically they're going to be along this borderline here. We're stuck between two low pressure systems, which is usually awesome. If we're in the dead part of summer, we're going to get those good storms from that. So we got a little bit of showers and storms popping up here. This is about 4 o'clock this afternoon. It's going to be out to our west. So now we're looking at the 5 o'clock hour. So possibility for some scattered showers and storms getting to us later this afternoon. And this should show more of an accurate picture of what we're going to be looking at for our Sunday, for our Wednesday to get you started out. We can see that things are pushing south a little bit more than we would like. So as everything sets up along here, that low pressure comes through the Missouri area there. It's going to hold things south for us, it looks like. So it looks like just like yesterday, we're going to be right on that line. So the chance of some showers and storms is possible. But, and then we stay in that scattered area as that low pressure moves through and gives everybody a headache. And that's the end of the model run right there. So not heavy low pressure, but just enough to give you a headache. So looking back at our Wednesday here, we'll go midday. So this is your midday. We're right about there. So let's see if we can zoom in and see what this looks like a little bit closer. All right, so yet again, we're looking at today, staying primarily dry until about 5 o'clock this afternoon. We start to get some of those showers and whatnot get scattered. Looks like they're going to stay north of us till about right there. So that's about 4 or 5 o'clock. So they're going to be in the area. This is not an exact science, by the way, just a potential of what could be happening. So this is saying at 1 a.m., we're going to have some thunderstorms in the area probably. And then it looks like things are going to try to stay south of us. So that's about noon on Wednesday. We're looking at that boundary coming through, giving us some moisture, and it's going to stick right on our back door and then adjust to the north and then come back south, give us a little bit of rain. And that's just kind of the pattern we've been stuck in. So unfortunately, that's what we got to live with. We're going to be right on that edge. It's been a tricky forecast because of that. If you have any questions, feel free to ask anything about that forecasting. I'm just going to go over a couple other little things in the news. We do have Huntington County School Corporation under a 2-hour delay today. Get that window out of there. We don't need it. And we have a dense fog advisory until 10 a.m. So if you're out and about and you're heading out for your morning routine, keep that in mind that visibility is down to a quarter mile, could be less. We are currently sitting at 63 degrees. It is 7:27 a.m. We're about 4 minutes away from sunrise. Let us know what you're seeing out there. You can send us a picture if you'd like, or put it in the comments. High today, we're expected to hit 79 with a low of 63 with a slight chance of a rain shower. We went over that in the models. If you have any questions on models or anything like that, let me know. We can do another video on that later. Tomorrow is supposed to be cooler as those showers and storms comes through. We're going to get a little bit of a cold front. We're going to struggle to hit 70 tomorrow, I think. And there's going to be showers in the area. A couple events that we talked about that's coming up this weekend that would be really cool for you to take your family out to is number one, the Pioneer Festival. That's going to be over here at Hyers Park. 10 to 6 on Saturday and 10 to 5 on Sunday with a worship service, 9 a.m. on Sunday. And then James Dean and Ducktail Run's going to be this weekend. It's always the last weekend of September. I can't believe we made it. And then we have, just after that, the next weekend, we're looking at the Mississinewa 1812 already. That's going to be October 3rd through the 5th. Keep in mind that's going to be at their new location. That is 1812 East Tulip Drive in Marion, Indiana. If you would like some more information on that, you can find the event page on Facebook, or you can check out Mississinewa1812.org. If you don't know how to spell Mississinewa, Mississinewa. Yes, I did read that. YMCA Fall Festival is coming up on October 18th from 11 to 2. Everything's going to be free for that, minus the food trucks. And I heard the Huntington County Humane Society is going to be there as well. So if you have room in your home, make a adoption attempt and get that going and help them make some more room. And if you want to donate to the cause, I will play that one more time after we get back from our break. Danielle talked about what they need and their budget shortfalls and what the PAL program is. So keep all that in mind. And the government also talked about Tylenol and how bad it is for you while you're pregnant, breastfeeding, or a child. So keep that in mind. Sounds like Tylenol is the devil. So sorry, that's the only thing I can think to say about that. So still under that 2-hour delay for Huntington County School Corporation. I haven't seen an update on that, so I think they're going to stick to that. We're going to go on a break here at 7:30, and we're going to go out and see what that looks like, and we'll post a picture on here, live look from the backyard like we've done in the past, and we'll be back.
beneath the sky, in darkest darkness so bright. I'm calling out for you within the storm, within the fire. When I feel hopeless, you're by.
Now, what a minute. Okay. Let's get back to that.
At my side, so I'm calling out for you. I'm calling out for you. When all my plans start to come undone, there's no one there to see me through. When all my strength has been overcome, and there's nothing left for me to do. Tell the truth. I'm calling out for you. When I am strong, when I am weak, if I feel forgotten, you remember me. I'm calling out for you. I'm calling out for you. When I am empty and all dried up, when I feel lonely and I'm not enough, I'm calling out for you. I'm calling out. When all my plans start to come undone, there's no one there to see me through. When all my strength has been overcome, and there's nothing left for me to do but tell the truth. I'm calling out for you.
Welcome back to Morning Coffee with Brad. We're at the top half of the 7 o'clock hour. It is 7:36, 63 degrees, and we've got fog. There's a live look out my back door, looking over towards Ingalls Street. You can see that there's fog out there. The bad thing about using a camera is that it kind of clears it up a little bit. So that was Calling Out for You by Mercy Street. That is royalty-free music brought to you by me. If you ever want to check out a website where you can get royalty-free music that you can play on here, it would be epidemicsound.com. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh. allergy season is alive and well. All right. So we've talked about a lot this morning, and I have my little flapper down. Sorry about that. We are back. Either I'm getting shorter or this thing keeps moving. All right, we're back. So, what do you guys have going on in your life this morning? Good morning, John Lane. So, do you guys have a plan for 2-hour delay in your house? So, Huntington County School Corporation is under a 2-hour delay. What does that do to your schedule for the day? Let us know. Thank you, Melinda. So it looks like we still are under the 2-hour delay. I don't know if we're going to end up with a closure or not, but the fog's supposed to be out of here by 10. We are under a dense fog advisory until 10 a.m. So keep that in mind as you're getting your day started. If you got the kiddos and you're stuck at home with them, let us know how that's going to affect your day as you get started. We talked about a lot of good things coming up, and we're just going to beat those to death as we get close to this weekend because we want to see you out with the community and being attended with these things. We got Walk a Mile Wednesday coming up tomorrow, 10 a.m. That's going to be in Markle, so keep that in mind. Huntington Parks and Recreation would love to have you out there joining us for a walk. I'm going to go this week as well, so you want a chance to see me, I'll be there. So today we're looking at a high around 79 degrees. We're going to have some possibility for some showers this afternoon. We went over the weather models. That'll be around the 4 or 5 o'clock time frame when that becomes a possibility. It's only a slight chance of a shower, though. Sunrise, 7:31. We're there, people. Sun's coming up. And then 7:37 p.m., we're looking at sunset. And keep in mind, we're going to lose about 14 minutes on that sunset by the time we get to October 1st. Allergies and air quality is not all that great today, so keep that in mind. As I'm stuffy and over here struggling, keep that in mind. It's probably going to affect you as well. Tomorrow's going to be cooler with some showers in the area as well. It's all going to depend on how that boundary sets up. We went over that with the weather model. If you'd like, I can go over that again. I have no problem doing that. But definitely southern Indiana, basically 24 south. It seems like that corridor right there along the 24 area is our typical boundary. So south of 24, definitely going to get some rain tomorrow. North of 24 seems like it's going to be kind of dry. So we'll see how that kind of lines up tomorrow as we get there. Like I said, we have a chance 4 or 5 o'clock hour this afternoon, evening. We have a chance for some showers starting up. And then overnight, that becomes a little bit more prevalent. So this weekend, Pioneer Festival, that's going to be over at Hyers Park, and James Dean and Ducktail Run is going to be over in Fairmont and Gas City area. So feel free to go out and enjoy that stuff. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot of news other than everything else we talked about this week. Watching out for the tractors and farm trucks as they get out trying to do their job, getting harvest cleaned up. And we talked about all you deer hunters out there. If you want to know what your morning forecast is going to look like down to the wind, let us know. We'll give you that wind direction. We'll give you that wind speed. That way you can set up your correct scents and whatnot. We got leaves starting to fall off the trees. The cool thing about that is we're coming up to fall peak leaf changing season, and the leaves are starting to fall, but most of the leaves that have fallen so far is not because of that change. It's actually happening because it's been so dry. So a lot of the leaves that we have in our driveway are still kind of greenish, and you'll see that that happens when we get in a drought situation like we are. It'd be nice if that 24 corridor shift would go up north. So one thing that could happen with this, I'll take these off so you can see me a little bit better. One thing that could be really cool is if we get inundated with this 1.5 inches of rain this week, and we get some more rain coming up next week, which doesn't look all that possible. But as we get into that peak fall season, for the foliage and the colors, if you want to see some good colors, we're going to have to start praying for some rain. Because the more rain we get, that's going to be involved with the chlorophyll draining out of the leaves and whatnot. Yeah, I said the right word. Had to think about that. But as all that starts to drain out of the leaves, it takes moisture for this to happen, for us to get those big, bright, vibrant fall colors. So as much as we don't like the rain, we actually kind of need it. We are in a slight drought currently, so keep that in mind. Leaves are starting to fall. Keep them out of your gutters. Keep them off your sidewalks. And I'm sure the city is going to post anytime on when we're going to start doing the fall leaf cleanup effort. So I haven't seen anything on that. When we were on our break, I was just checking again. Hopefully, we'll hear something on that soon. So I already have a little bit of a pile out by the road. My kids love going out, cleaning up the leaves. More power to them. But I have one tree that's probably not going to dump its leaves till like mid-November. So typically, that's how that works. So somebody yesterday mentioned how if a tree comes from the north, so like its seeds come from the north, it's going to shed its leaves earlier than if a tree like seed came from the south. So I'm assuming this tree that I'm having trouble with came from the south because it just doesn't want to let go. Looking for an update on road conditions. Roads look like we're doing okay this morning. Still got that 2-hour delay for Huntington County School Corporation. Keep that in mind, and what that's going to look like this morning with you and your kiddos. Mississinawa 1812, we talked about that a couple times. I'm excited because I haven't been able to make it to that. So throughout my career, I've worked a lot of retail, a lot of Saturdays, a lot of Sundays, and things like that. And I'm excited. I'm going to try to get out there this year, see what this is going to look like. And yeah, maybe I could bring you guys some footage or something like that. Just so you know, some of the local things like that, I'm going to kind of back away from because there are other people that I just don't want to get in a big competition match because that's not what it's about. I'm here mainly for weather and whatnot. But I find the historical value of like the Pioneer Festival and 1812. I find that just completely awesome that our community gets together and pulls these events off so my children can see what I saw as a child, and we can just keep that going. And every time I go out, I learn something new. And the cool thing about the Pioneer Festival is you have Abraham Lincoln walking around. He was there last year. Kids got to see him, talk to him, learn a little bit. That guy, he's so cool. See if you can find him on Facebook. He's done things at the Capitol. He's been at the State House, and just he is a character. I tell you what. So really enjoy talking to that guy. And when you go to the Pioneer Festival, you have the opportunity to make candles and things like that. My oldest was like, "This is boring," sitting there dipping his candle, and I'm like, "You just don't get it. This is like these are the ideas, principles, and things that our country is founded on. Sure, we had our Constitution and the founding fathers and things like that. But the invention of things and how they became to be is really awesome. We didn't start with a candle like this. It started with stick candles, dipping a wick into wax. So, I mean, it's just really cool to think about, how we've progressed as a nation and built things through invention and things like that. So I'm going to digress from that. That's a rabbit hole that I could really go down and spend a lot of time on. I enjoy our history. Another cool thing is I like to go hiking with a friend, and sometimes we go and look over, cemeteries, old ones, and there's actually a hidden cemetery out on Old America Road, somewhere out there. If you know where it's at, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not easily accessible. If it's wet out, you're going to need 4-wheel drive, but you got to drive down a lane between 2 fields, and it's kind of hidden back in these woods. But going and seeing I think it's called the America Cemetery. It's out by where America is, but that's really cool that we still have little hidden gems like that around. So if you have a chance to go out and see that, that's actually a really cool thing to go out and see when we have that nicer weather next week. Oh, I just snitched. It's going to be nice next week. Anyway, so when we went out to try to find this, it was really cool. So we're driving down the road, and we're like, the map says it's right here, And so I don't remember what website we found it on, but it was like Hidden Gems or something like that. And we keep looking through this guy's backyard, and I'm like, man, we're gonna get shot. And we're looking around, and I'm looking at the map, and I'm like, it says it's right there. I see it, but like, there's no road, there's no parking lot, there's nothing, no way to get back there. So I was like, well, somebody's got to take care of this thing. So we look at the map, and then we take a right, go down another road, and I look down this field, and I'm like, I think we're gonna try it. And so I was driving my truck, so I wasn't scared of anything. We drive down this lane, and then you go downhill a little bit into this like little valley, and there's a bunch of trees in front of you, and you park there, and it's like an old dirt parking lot. And then you walk into the woods, and then boom, you're in this ancient Civil War era cemetery. And it's humbling to be around that history if you're a history nut like I am, and I just enjoy reading about it and whatnot. And you can go out to Mississinawa 1812, and there's some really cool stuff out there that you can kind of inundate yourself with the Native Americans and things like that. And there's a lot of information out there if you walk around and check all that out, where they used to hold the events and whatnot. So a lot of good trails out there as well. You can spend some time by the river. But yeah, really, really cool area to enjoy out there. And if you're into hiking, I did see that the weather has been cooperating enough to where the 7 pillars are accessible. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google that. I'll try to see if I can get out there before I have surgery next week. I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not. So surgery's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to get out 7 pillars. But I enjoy that stuff. I enjoy hiking. We are at the end of pawpaw season. So if you have time to get out and hike and try to find some pawpaws, I encourage that as well. I might try to get some of that done, but we'll see. This may not be a good week for hiking. And I promised you we were going to go over the Humane Society stuff again. We'll do that here in a moment. So just to go over what's coming up this weekend, James Dean and Ducktail Run are going to be in Fairmount and Gas City area. We got the Pioneer Festival coming up this weekend. Next weekend starts the Mississinawa 1812. Oh my gosh, I'm almost 39. And then we are under a 2-hour delay still. Let me check the status on that. Still just 2-hour delay. So I think we're going to be okay as far as getting those kiddos to school this morning. Should be getting that process going here pretty quick. And then we also talked about Tylenol and how the Trump administration came out yesterday saying Tylenol is bad. You know, my wife, she just had a procedure a few weeks ago, something like that. Had her gallbladder removed. And she kept saying, no, I don't want Tylenol. I don't want Tylenol. Well, she's still breastfeeding. So it's really, I thought she was a little kooky there at first. She's watching. It's the truth. I thought she was a little kooky at first about the whole Tylenol thing because, I mean, I've taken Tylenol for years, and now they're coming out and saying Tylenol bad. So, Sarah, if you're still watching, I'm sorry. Tylenol bad. I get it. So, we're coming up to the top of the hour here. I got just enough time to pitch the Huntington County Humane Society one more time. I'm going to show you a live look outside while I pull that up. Huntington County Humane Society. Coffee's finally starting to wake me up, so hopefully your coffee's treating you about the same, if not better. Kept my ugly mug on there. Look at that. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. I'm going to share the screen here. Get that off there. All right, guys. So I'm just going to go over this real quick on how to navigate the site. So as you see, this is their homepage. All I did was Google it. Click on the Huntington County Humane Society, and if you want to know about the Prevent a Litter program, you just click on the link there, and that's going to get you there. So let me pull up this recording. You'll hear from Danielle real quick, And then after that, we'll go to our break, and then we'll be back to our question and answer segment, which I know you're all super excited for. You got a ton of questions just loaded up, ready to rock and roll for me, and I can't wait to answer every single one of them. Here we go. All right, we are with Danielle. I'm sorry. Give me one second. Danielle here with the Huntington. I was connected to a speaker I didn't want to be. Humane Shelter. They're going to talk about what they got going on in the program and the help that they need. So you can go ahead. The mic is yours.
We have the Prevent a Litter program, or PAL for short. PAL is a program that is designed to help people and encourage people to get their cats spayed and neutered. We offer for $30, people get spay or neuter and a rabies vaccine. And if you've checked your local vet yesterday or any times recently, it starts anywhere from $90 to $130 and goes up. PAL is open to anyone in Pennington County. There are no limitations on owned cats or feral cats or the cats that you feed out in the street, or my neighbor has a ton of cats that come into my yard. We do all of those. Both the city and the county do help subsidize. The city has generously given us $40,000, and that usually lasts us all year, but county is offering $20,000. And our county funding actually did run out in June because we had such a huge demand. And so now the shelter is subsidizing that out of their budget. And that has put quite a strain on it. Anybody who wishes to donate, we can always use financial donations to help with the costs of all the spay and neutering that we have to do at the shelter. That goes to help with extreme medical cases. The shelter is extremely low on the euthanasia rate. We absolutely do not like to do that, but sometimes it comes down to that we have to, because, an animal is so sick or not responding or is just not going to have the quality of life. But right now, our medical and our food budget's extremely strained because of all the extra cats that we've had. We currently are working with a local mobile home park in Roanoke. And I just went yesterday and trapped 10 more cats. So that's 18 that we've done. And we have one more mass trapping planned for that. PAL is just a great program, and not a lot of people seem to know about it. I have a link available. People can either message me on Facebook. I'm under Danielle Bingham, or people can go to the shelter website, and there is a link for the Prevent a Litter, which allows them to sign up. We have 4 different events available every other month, and then every month we have 3. We work with the Bluffton Animal Clinic, where people can self-transport their cats, do a self-schedule, spay or neuter. We have Humane Fort Wayne that we go to once a month, generally on the 3rd Monday of each month. We make sure transport is available for that. Then we have Pub Vet that comes every other month. We recently just did over 90 cats through PAL at this past Pub Vet Saturday, which was held out at the 4-H County Fairgrounds. And then we have 4 Directions, which is a mobile spay and neuter scooter that comes to us once a month. So we have a variety of options that we have available to people. And if people are wanting to help, they can donate to either the medical through the shelter website, or if they have donations they want to bring, bleach. Bleach is huge. We always need bleach. Laundry soap. Cat food is a great one. We're always needing cat food, cat litter, because not only do we give out to people who are in need, we also sponsor a couple of pet pantries locally. There's one in Roanoke, and then we have one other one. If people need assistance with that, they can call the shelter and get information on that. But since its inception, PAL has done over, I'm trying to find my numbers here. In 2023, and its inception, our first year, we did spayed or neutered 345 cats. for just Huntington City. In 2024, we did over 377 cats. 2025 so far, just through 9/16 for both city and county, we have paid to have 625 cats altered. That is amazing. And this program is designed over 4 to 5 years. We will start to see the overall improvement and what's going to be done to decrease all this and the mass benefits. But we're starting to see small drops now. So, over the total since 2023, we have done over 1,347 cats total. And like I said, county funding did run out in June of 2025, but the shelter board graciously decided that it was to our benefit to continue offering to pay for these. And while not budgeted, we are footing the bill for the rest. And we are starting to see an impact, even though we expect it to be a full 4 to 5 years. But from 2024, if you take the numbers for 2024 compared to 2023, when we started the program, so 1 year into the program, we already had 31% less cats coming into our shelter from city limits. And I am pretty darn proud of that because that is actually huge. In 2023, we took in from city 576 cats. In 2024, we were down to 396 cats. And our goal is to get that down to microscopic numbers. Because if you alter these cats, they're not out getting sick where we have to go pick them up. People are not having all these litters that are, running wild and getting into their neighbors' yards and just causing havoc. And then also in 2024 from 2023, we had 51% less animal control calls that resulted in cats being taken to the shelter. We had 17% less stray cats being brought in by the public and 20% lower owner surrenders because they were having, kittens and, my cat's pregnant, I need to surrender it. So this is making a huge difference. And I wish I, could get to more people and say, yes, sign up your cats, get this done.
Yeah. No, I know you guys did some work in our neighborhood last year with the spay and neuter program, prevent a litter program, I think.
Yep.
And that was really awesome. And I've noticed a big difference in our neighborhood. So, that's a really good program. I didn't really know exactly what it was or what it was that existed. So I'm glad to know that you guys are doing such great work, and I know I appreciate it, and we appreciate it in the community as well. So hopefully this will help get out and get you guys a little bit more support, and we can all circle around you guys and help out a little bit.
That would be wonderful. And if you have a problem area or of a problem area, I welcome phone calls because we do go out and we trap individual neighborhoods. I come out and set up traps. I watch the traps. We also work with people who just need, I need the traps, but I can do my own transporting. We do that. Or if you absolutely cannot get the cats, they're feral, they're wild, they just are cranky and don't like people. I can come out and set a trap, and get that cat taken care of so it's not reproducing, it's not wreaking havoc. We have less sickness that way. We have less, poor kitties laying on the road. We just have an overall healthier community of animals. And that reduces the strain on the shelter. It reduces strain on individuals who are feeding cats, because that does get expensive, especially with the cost of everything going up. It's getting expensive for a lot of people. And so we are doing our best to reduce that and just make our population of cats healthier and reduce the ones that are coming into the shelter and the ones that need homes.
All right, fair enough. Well, I'm on the website right now, and I'm actually sharing that over our page. I'm going to assume that they're going to need to call the 260-356-0355 to get a hold of you.
Yes, or I have a cell phone number that they can use too.
Okay.
That is the 260-519-1984. people are more than welcome to call me and we will get them scheduled.
Outstanding. All right. Well, I will continue to share this for a little bit. And like I said, we recorded this, so we'll be able to play it back throughout the day. And we appreciate you coming on, Danielle. And hopefully we can get you some support.
Wonderful. I appreciate the time and the availability to spread info to people who might not otherwise get it.
Of course. If you ever have any other notifications or anything like that you'd like to put out, please reach out. We'll get you on the page and get that taken care of for you guys.
Oh, I definitely will. Thank you so much.
All right. I appreciate you and have a great rest of your day.
All right. You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, guys. That was the Huntington County Humane Shelter. So we're going to hit our break real quick. Just going to announce one more time, Huntington County Schools was under a 2-hour delay today due to fog. We have a dense fog advisory until 10 a.m. So keep that in mind as you get your day started. Watch out for the roads. And when we come back, we're going to be on the question and answer segment. So keep that in mind. If you have any questions saved up for me today, I would love to answer those. So we'll be back here in just a minute. All right, guys. So having a little bit of a technical difficulty this morning, but we're going to get through it. So we are back. Sorry, I just got some other news about a friend. So we are now in the question and answer segment of today. And I just cannot get my banners to work this morning. There we go. I just saw this on there. The homeschool field trip with how the wildflowers grow has been canceled. And she's going to be looking to post an update on that. Also, Huntington County Schools is under a 2-hour delay today. Keep that in mind as you're getting out today. We are under a dense fog advisory. So, my hair's messed up. As we are here this morning, we are in the question and answer segment. And the mic is yours. What do you guys have this morning? This is just a segment where we chill and we just hang out. And that's about all that is. So I found out a friend of ours is in the hospital having his gallbladder removed. I'm not going to throw who it is because it's not my business to throw the personal information out there. But if you are willing to pray, I'm sure the good Lord will know who we're talking about. Looks like somebody else having their gallbladder removed is unfortunate. So prayers would be accepted. Did Sarah get her coffee cup back? Yes. All of you that bullied me yesterday for having my wife's coffee cup, she does have her coffee cup back. So, yes. Yep, coffee cup is back in her hands. I have my Contigo back, so happy to have that. I just love these things. So Friday, as we typically do, Fridays we're going to do our 6 o'clock weekend news and weather, 6 p.m. on Fridays. Keep that in mind. We're going to have Don back on here. We're going to do some weather chats with you guys. Make sure you bring some questions, and we're going to tell you about what we do and everything like that. He might talk a little bit more about his book and whatnot. Now that we got most of the technical issues and butterflies kicked out of the room here, we'll be able to focus more and just have a good chat with you guys. So the Friday afternoon is meant to get you prepared for the weekend and for your weather and what events are coming up. So if you need to take an umbrella with you or anything like that, you'll know, or any weather like that. So, but it's also just going to be a friendly chat. So that's going to be most of it. We're going to sit here, we're going to joke around, we're going to pick on each other and have a good time. So make sure you're here for that. That's going to be 6 o'clock on Friday evening. And I'm sure we're going to be talking about James Dean and Ducktail Run quite a bit. I have not been to that in quite some time. I'd like to take my kids this weekend. So, and we're also going to try to hit the Pioneer Festival this weekend. I'm so excited for that. Maybe I can talk my 9-year-old into making me a candle or something. Oh, excuse me. He doesn't like making candles. He thinks it's very boring. If you have that problem with your kids, they just think some of the old school stuff is really boring. What do you do with that? So I would like my kids to enjoy some of the things that I enjoyed when I was younger. I know my 3-year-old, he would probably just absolutely love to make a candle, so we might get into that. But kids these days, there's so many electronics and things, and we're on one of them, that they just get so distracted by, and they miss out on the little things that we grew up with. So, yep, 2-hour delay this morning for Huntington County Schools. Keep that in mind as you're getting out and about. We got a dense fog advisory until 10 a.m. So the music I'm playing is royalty-free music. If you're ever curious on where to get that, just quick Google search can get you there. The website is epidemicsound.com. There's some good worship music on here. And they have all kinds of other genres as well. So feel free to go check that out. It is free as well. Unless you want to download the music, then you got to pay for it. But I have a saved playlist that I can go off of. I spent some time yesterday going through and finding some good music and whatnot. So I enjoy this. Sitting here with my morning coffee with you all. So it should be morning coffee with you, not morning coffee with me, right? So a couple of good events coming up this weekend that we talked about: the Pioneer Festival and James Dean and Ducktail Run. So if I can, I'm going to go down there and try to find myself a turkey leg. Have you ever had a turkey leg at James Dean? These things are like this long, like at least that big around. So we'll be sharing that with the kids, I'm sure. But we had another successful news day here. That is fantastic. Thanks for mentioning that. So we posted that comment up on the screen as the end of harvest season nears. She wanted to mention that the second Harvest Food Bank will be in Marion today and Wabash tomorrow, open to all, no questions, no income limits. And you can see their monthly calendar on their Facebook page. So that's called the Second Harvest Food Bank. So let's go on and share that, shall we? I want to make sure I'm getting the right one. There we go. So today looks like Marion at 10 a.m. Tomorrow, Wabash, 11 a.m. And I know we have some programs like that in Huntington as well. So that is a really cool opportunity to go out and get supplies you may need. It looks like they had a lot of volunteers, tomatoes, and all kinds of good stuff out there. Trying to do a little bit to cure hunger. It's Hunger Action Month. That is really cool. So go out, support, and help them if you can. But also, if you are in need, go out and get that as well. So something else I wanted to mention while we're here, Suicide Awareness Month is upon us until the end of the month. That number is 988 in case you or somebody else needs that, as times are a little tough occasionally. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep that posted on the bottom there, as that is really good news. I think what also we can do is get into the models a little bit and show you guys what the upcoming temperatures are going to look like forecast wise through the GFS. I think that sounds like a great time. So we'll get this pulled up here. What I'm working on right now is I'm going to work on getting this to load properly before I share it. That way it's not as glitchy by the time we get there, hopefully. I like that. That was Calling Out for You by Mercy Street. Mercy Street is a band that I'm really starting to like. It's pretty interesting. So just going through here, looking at the temperatures that the GFS is putting out there, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like it. So we're not going to go over that. Why are we not? Who's this? Oh, okay. So I'm going to check a couple other weather models here just to make sure that we're going to get where I want to be as far as what I've been calling for. Dance in the light, gonna shout out for joy, gonna live out this life like I never have before, gonna take every breath as if I had no more, I'm gonna sing every song, and I'm gonna open up my heart, and I'm gonna dance in the light. So this weather model has us a little bit cooler, but I'm okay with that because the GFS model had us that we were going to be in the 80s quite a bit. I don't foresee that really happening a whole lot moving forward. So we're going to share the Canadian model, which shows that we're going to be a little bit cooler. So enjoy that here in just a moment. Never have before. Gonna take every breath as if I had no more. I'm gonna sing every song, and I'm gonna open up my heart, and I'm gonna dance in the light. Yeah. Dance in the Light by Hector Gabriel. Gonna dance in the light. Yeah. All right, this is going to give you a good look at what these forecast temperatures are going to look like. This is going to give you a day and night. So let's go ahead and slow it down a little bit so you can actually view it and not have an epileptic seizure with the flashes. So each time this thing cycles here, you're seeing a day and night cycle. And this is going to take us well in October as we start to see some of those colder temperatures come down from the north and really start to inundate us a little bit. Looks like we're going to struggle to get above 70 there as we get into the first week of October. And moving forward, we got some of that colder weather coming in from the northwest, getting us into some of the lower 40s and the 30s at night. I know we're all excited for that, right? So whether we like it or not, this is what's coming for us, guys. We've got that colder weather coming from the northwest, and we cannot avoid it any longer. It's going to start. We are still here. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I had a huge glitch. Lots of wrong buttons were pushed there. I apologize. So we kind of got out of the stream, but we are back. Morning coffee with Brad in the question and answer section today. That was kind of embarrassing. Sorry about that. So, the map shows a lot of really cool things. No birds on that map. That's just a forecast temperature model. And what we're looking at coming up in the October season. And if you wonder why I call it the October season, it's because anything can happen. So we're in the big shift, waiting on that jet stream to drop down, give us that winter weather. And I know we talked about winter weather a little bit yesterday and what winter is going to look like. And I'm still studying into that a little bit. But I think we're going to have fewer storms, but they're going to be bigger storms, and it's going to be colder than normal. At what point? This is a great question, especially with the heating bills getting more expensive. At what point do you say enough's enough and you turn your heater on for the first time? What point does that happen in your house? Just curious, just asking. Let us know in the comments. At what point do you turn your heater on? So I don't know if we've used ours yet this year. You know, we had a couple of those real cold snaps. But I mean, it didn't get too cold at night. But you know, we're gonna be hitting sweater weather in the morning and then short weather in the afternoon, and then it's just the ball's gonna drop at some point, and we're just gonna be straight in pants, leggings, or sweatshirts. So just keep that in mind as we go through the October season. We also typically deal with a little bit of severe weather, and sometimes we even get it into November. So we'll be here for that. When winter weather does finally attack us, keep in mind we're going to be out in the Storm Raider, giving you views on that. We had a question yesterday, I think it was, what's going to happen when the wife says so? There you go. That's a good answer. That is a good answer. So funny thing about when the wife says so, at my house, I like to sleep in the cold. I love it. So I had a job where I was traveling once a week. No longer doing that, by the way. But every time I'd get in the hotel, I'd turn the AC down to like 66 or 64. And when I slept, I was just all curled up in the blankets. I'd wake up and I felt refreshed. If I did that at home, I'm sure my wife would have my head. So I can't do that. But I just absolutely loved that. So at our house, I think the first night it gets down about 65 or 64 when we wake up. She'll probably chokeslam me and turn the heater on. So if you see me with a black eye, it's because I was refusing to turn the heat on, and the wife said it was time. She doesn't hit me much. I'm just kidding. If you guys know us, we've been married for 17 years. We have a great relationship. I love my wife dearly. She's an amazing person and an even better mom. So she does great with her kids. She homeschools, and I just couldn't ask for a better partner. So 17 years. Can you believe that? I've been married for 17 years. Well, I have a wood stove out here in the garage, and I think we've owned the fan that we have in our bedroom for like 3 or 4 years. I don't know the last time it was off. I love having a fan on, moving the air around the bedroom and whatnot. Kind of gives you that white noise too. But man, the coldest that I'm allowed to get the house is 70. So when I've been at work, it's really funny. So when I'm at work, she'll turn it up to 72. I come in and I turn it down to 71 or 70. I like it. So, and the other funny part to that is sometimes, so I have one of those smart thermostats, and I can turn on the Wi-Fi on it on my phone, change it so she doesn't see it. And one day I changed it down to 70, and it was kind of cool outside already. Humidity was low, so it was really comfortable in the house. And I bumped it down to 70 on my phone, and it was like a couple hours later, she's like, "Man, I'm cold." She walked over to the thermostat. She looked over at me. She goes, "Why is it a 70?" And I was like, "Don't know. I didn't touch the thermostat." It's not a lie, right? So, yeah. That's me getting in trouble. So, but we're coming up to the season where it's going to be open window season, which is awesome. Keep the windows open, let the fresh air from outside come inside. Soundbar seems awfully loud this morning. If it's too loud, let me know and I'll either shut it off or figure something else out here. I just enjoy the little bit of jam time we got, so. Gonna check for an update on the schools. I'm pretty sure that they should be on their way to school at this point. Okay, just do that thing. $60. We call that the female power surges that cause that temperature fluctuation there. So it looks like we still have the 2-hour delay, so that has not changed. So just keep in mind as the kiddos are going out to the bus stop this morning that they were under a 2-hour delay. It's a little foggy outside, so make sure you're paying attention where you're driving as you're out and about on your way to work this morning. Y'all hear that music? I don't think that was on my list. I know how to speak Spanish. That's on my list. How is that on my list? Let's just go ahead and skip that one because I'm not sure where that came from. Sorry about that. We were having a good old piñata party here in the studio. That's much better. All right. So not seeing anything else really going on news-wise this morning, so that's good. As we're getting our day started, just a couple things to mention. The Pioneer Festival is going to be this weekend, along with James Dean and Ducktail Run. Who's going to win that competition locally in here in Huntington? So we're going to try to do both. Pioneer Festival is going to be from 10 to 6 on Saturday and 10 to 5 on Sunday. Admissions, you're looking at $5, free parking. And Sunday morning at 9 a.m., they're going to have a worship service. And I heard that Jeff Diamond's going to officiate that. So feel free to go out and check that out. And then we have next weekend, the Mississinawa 1812. Are you going to go see that? A little bit of history coming up in the first week of fall and the second week of fall. So 1812 and the Pioneer Festival back to back. So what do you guys think? You going to go see the 1812? You're going to go to the Pioneer Festival? You guys going to go enjoy that stuff? So I think, since we're the question and answer just kind of hanging out here, I think I'm going to hang an American flag behind me. I think that would be a great backdrop. What do you guys think? I think I have one. 1812 for sure. I guess we're just going to have to make a couple's date out of it. Carpool. I'm just kidding. I don't think I can get all of us in one car. I might be able to. We'll have to see. We'll have to get Don a hover around. A four-wheel drive wheelchair. I'm just kidding. Don't tell him. He'll kill me. So we're going to try to do both. It's been since I was a kid, since I went to 1812. So it's going to be weird in my mindset that it's not going to be in the same location that it was. But for sure. Sorry, I got to babysit the music here. I want to make sure that we're not going back down to Mexico. Okay. I'll tell him. Don't worry. I'll shoot him a text message, ask him if he's got his hover round ready for the 1812. And I'm sure we'll talk about that on Friday as well.
I just wanna keep you close, so I have to give it.
I know he has hip pain. And with all my pain, I might have to. You know what? We should rent a golf cart. That's a thought. Oh, I'm going to be in a cast for the 1812. That doesn't sound fun, does it? So hopefully the pain's not too well. So if anybody's, I told everybody that I'm having a procedure coming up next Monday. So I'll find out Friday. So we'll be able to tell you Friday at 6 o'clock time frame on whether we're going to be here Monday morning or not. So Monday I am having surgery. He does need to walk. I agree. I don't. I got foot problems. I am having surgery on my right arm. So your ulnar, which is also, good grief, look at that thing. I'm getting old. Anyway, so your ulnar is your elbow bone right here, all the way up to this bone right here. So when I was a kid, I decided to do something cool and break it in a couple spots, and it grew back too long. So apparently I'm a lizard and I like to regrow my appendages better than they were before, but you're supposed to have a special gap in over here on your wrist, and I don't have that anymore. So I have what's called ulnar impaction syndrome, and they're going to make a slight incision right here. They're going to open it up, and they're going to take 5 millimeter out of this bone, and then they're going to screw it and bolt it back together. Sounds fun, right? And then I'll be in a cast for about 6 to 8 weeks, and but hopefully this is the only time we're going to miss morning coffee with Brad. I tried to see if maybe we could do the surgery on a Friday or another day. Apparently the doctor only does surgeries on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I know Monday's an important day to get you off for your week. So I may do some like pre-recordings or something like that, and then post a video come Monday morning. So either way, we're going to get your morning coffee started with Brad. It just may not be live. So we'll figure that out as the time comes. Oh, I just realized. So I can't do it while I'm on the, when I'm playing the music, but I can text him on here. Just heard a weird noise outside. So they're cutting down a tree next door. So I think they're out cleaning that up right now. So I also have a torn plantar, just for Mike's information there. So my foot, I have to wear inserts and all this other stuff. I have a band that I squeeze around my foot there. So Melinda, I texted Dawn and I said, we going to 1812 together? And I said, gonna need to get you a hover round or a golf cart. Melinda thinks you just need to walk though. And then he says, we can. I'm not holding your hand this time though. That's so funny. So no, so I do have plantar fasciitis, and my plantar is torn again. So that's where my hover round comes around, because as I'm getting older, I'm literally falling apart over here. Surprised I'm not inundated with gray hair yet, but yeah, so just absolutely falling apart. And Melinda, I looked up that cat that he was talking about on Friday. Why would you want one of those? Was it a Bengal? Something like that? Oh my gosh. It looks like a mean kitty. I have to keep an eye on the shelter for you guys, see if I can find you one. So any other news you guys have going on in your community, please feel free to let us know. I know I have a wide reach of you people out here somewhere, which is really interesting to see where some people are watching from. Bengal. Beautiful, but very expensive. Now, I also saw that there's some big kitties out there. And that seems like it's possibly a big one. So we have, I'm just going to throw this out there real quick. We have our top locations of our followers is Huntington, Andrews, Warren, and Fort Wayne. So thank you guys for joining us. The weird part is I have one follower from Australia. I know who that is. That's my brother-in-law. Usually he's the one that comes on here and says moist, just because he likes to make fun of Rain and me. But he's a hairy Goliath, so if he's watching, hi, Michael. And then we also have somebody from Nigeria. So my Nigerian uncle that I keep sending money to, he's on here, but he's supposed to be sitting that back. I haven't got it yet. And then we also have somebody watching from Thailand occasionally. So maybe I'm looking at the wrong cat then. One I saw was like the size of a Shih Tzu or something. But yeah, one from Thailand. So if you're watching from Thailand, say hi. I just wondered who you are. I just wanted to say that because I thought that was pretty cool. So we are increasing on the followers, so wanted to mention that as well. Thank you guys for liking and sharing and following along. Once we hit, we got 77 to go. 77 more followers. We're going to be giving away another one of these guys. I don't have batteries in that one right now, but going to be really happy to do that. We got cats all boxed up, ready to go for her. We're going to be delivering that at 4 o'clock today. Super excited to be doing that. And we're also going to give her 3 more batteries. I need to put those in there before I forget. So, we showed you the pink one. We're going to do the first launch of the blue one real quick. Show you the blue one. There we go. So this is the blue one. You can see it's starting to spin up. This is the first time I've turned this one on. There we go. Pretty cool. So at 700 followers, we'll be giving this puppy away. And then I'll be giving the other one to my children, most likely, because I'm giving the pink one to Kat. She chose the pink one. So this one's actually pretty cool. I don't know if you can see it, but you can actually get some of the swirls in there. Let me get my face out of there. So you can get some of the swirls in there and whatnot. And then it goes all the way down into the bottom. So I can't show you the whole thing, because if you tip it too far, the tornado goes away. And then we can see it kind of come back up. You can shake it. You can play around with it. It's just a really cool thing, and you can use it as a nightlight. So 700 followers, we're going to be giving away another one. And would you believe I have another one on backup? Would that be for the 800 follower mark? I'm not sure. The only way we're going to find out is as you like, follow, and share. You never know. We may have more give outs coming in the future. I'm working on some merch or stickers or something like that we're going to be giving away as well once I get those made. And I'm trying to find a sponsor for that. So if that's something you're interested in doing, let me know. We can get together on that, and we can get you posted on the wall for your business if you want to sponsor some stickers or something for our giveaways. Also working on planning a fall meet and greet. which I think is going to be fun. If you would like to enjoy a meet and greet, let us know. Just kind of show you what our equipment is and everything like that. And I don't know if you realize this or not, but we've been on for 2 hours and 43 minutes and 21 seconds. I'm due for another cup of coffee. I'm tired this morning, so don't judge me. I'm just going to use one K-cup this time, though. So thank you all for being here. It's 8:42 this morning. We're looking at 64 degrees outside. It is still foggy. So we had a 2-hour delay this morning with Huntington County Schools. Looks like that's going to stay that way. They're not going to cancel school, thank God. Most of you people are going to be on your way to work, so be careful as you're out and about watching for those kiddos at the bus stop. And if you're going down Division Street, we did confirm that there are still stop signs down when we were out that way on Sunday. Later this week, we'll get out and do some more videos. We have the Bippus and Jefferson Street videos pinned at the top of our page, so feel free to go check those out. A lot of cool things and information in there as well. So the reason I'm only planning on doing that once every week or so is so they can actually get some of the work done, and so the update doesn't look like it's just like the same thing over and over again. So that's my plan with that. So we are still in the question and answer segment of the show. I did not take a break at 8:30, so we might end up leaving a little bit early today, but that's okay. Whatever you have going on in life, if you got any notifications today that something's cool is going on, just let us know in the comments. We did say Where the Wildflowers Grow. They had a field trip for homeschoolers today that has been canceled. Follow her page for more, and she will post an update on that. Really cool program she has going on there. I don't know if anybody's seen that or any of you do homeschooling, but really cool program to check out for your kiddos if you are homeschooling. And I think she just brought on another teacher, which is actually pretty cool as well. So feel free to go check her out, Where the Wildflowers Grow. She does a homeschooling program, so check that out. For the month of October, if you do want to advertise on the wall behind us, we're going to do their first month free as we continue to grow our page here and get the word out. So if you're a landscaper, roofer, snowplow person, any business in Huntington really that would like to advertise for the month of Huntington for absolutely free, just let us know. We'll get you on the wall behind us and get some of that other stuff taken down. You can see that really cool picture that I was made for Father's Day this year. So the Spider-Man, that is from Hunter. He likes to be Spider-Man. He thinks that's really cool. And then the Hulk is Jonah. So my wife, she decided to make this for Father's Day. And I just love it. I really do. So this is what it looks like. It says, "Dead of all the superheroes, you are my favorite." So love Hunter, love Jonah, but that's their handprints. I just love this thing. It's really cool. So I hung it back there for everybody to enjoy, but I'm not going to actually put it back up. I'm going to put it down here so I can look at it a little bit closer every day. That's mine, not yours. I love my kids. My Jonah, we also love to go to Monster Jam every February, and he made me a little Monster Jam picture. So we're going to be looking forward to that coming up in February as well. It's kind of like an early birthday thing for him every year, and we just enjoy it. So it's just me and Jonah time. We go out and enjoy that a little bit. This song's going to put me to sleep. I don't know about you guys, but let's go to the next one. There we go. So yeah, I love my kids. I love it when they make me pictures and stuff. I got some more somewhere else. I got some out of my toolbox out in the garage and whatnot. But yeah, they make me pictures and I love them. I hang them up everywhere. So we talked a little bit about doing meet and greets and things like that. I haven't actually secured anything yet, but that's going to be coming in the future. If that's something you guys are interested in, let us know in the comments. I would love to get out there and just talk about weather. I really enjoy talking about weather. So the only time I would be back on today is if we get severe weather. So other than that, I'm 6 to 9, and we will post anything we see coming up news-wise on our page. But otherwise, I don't plan on being back till 6 to 9 tomorrow morning. And going over some more news and whatnot. I just got an alert on something. Okay, that was nothing. So, have you posted your first snow prediction on our Facebook page yet? Big question there. I chose October 26th. What day do you think we're going to see our first snowfall? And the National Weather Service is going to call first snowfall an inch or more. I'm just asking for just the first snowflakes. I chose October 26th. What time do you think, or when do you think that's going to happen? So one more thing, I'm going to post this back up on the page one more time, just so you all can see it, about the Second Harvest Food Bank. Keep that in mind. They're going to be in Marion and Wabash, and there's no income limits and no questions. So you can just go pick up some food, help support your family if it is needed. So we're going to go back up here on the list. I'm going to play one more song, then we're going to get out of here today and hopefully have a good day. We're going to have a little bit of peaks of sunshine today with clouds, high around 79, low 63. We've got a chance of a shower or two coming through around 4 or 5 o'clock, and maybe a little bit more after that. So keep that in mind as you're getting out in your day. Probably wouldn't be a bad day to take an umbrella with you just in case, but tomorrow we're definitely going to need it. As long as everything lines up. So we're on that tricky boundary area for the rain tomorrow. So if it shifts a little bit south, we're going to stay dry. If it goes farther north, we're going to get a little bit wetter. We got about an inch of rain we can look forward to this week as we go throughout the rest of the week. 3 more days left of Morning Coffee with Brad until we get to the weekend. We got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Don't forget, we got 2 shows coming up on Friday. We got 6 to 9 in the morning, and then we got 6 p.m. On Friday evening to get you started for your weekend. So we will be back tomorrow for Hump Day. Thanks for being here today. We appreciate and love every single one of you. Thanks for joining us. And if you have any other questions, I'm going to hang out for a couple more minutes, and I'm just going to post a good old thank you up there. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out. And remember, we got a phone, we got Messenger, we got an email, so you can reach out to us any way you see convenient. If you come across any news or anything like that, Huntington County School Corporation was under a 2-hour delay today. Kiddos are probably out to the school bus at this point, heading to school. Thank you for being with us with Coffee with Brad today. Oh, look at that. I came back up. Oddly enough, that wasn't supposed to happen, but you'd see my beautiful face one more time. Brad here with A Face for Radio. Thank you for being here today. One more. Why not? Jam out just a little bit more.
Not one stone left unturned by you. No one loves through the storm like you do. Every door open wide for the King to pass through. Every heart, soul, and mind you renew. To the one who catches every tear, to our Redeemer who is always near, we sing holy, holy, holy. Praise you, Lord Almighty. Holy, holy, holy is the Lamb who was and is to come. Let no man claim to be higher than the majesty. Let no crown be endorsed before your feet. The ransom heart was sweet relief. Freedom bought not easily. Paid in full by our King upon that tree. To him who died to take our grief away. To our Redeemer who's alive today, we sing holy, holy, holy. Praise you, Lord Almighty. Holy, holy, holy is the Lamb who was and is to. Holy,